guys.
Yeah.
I've been addicted to one game and one game only, ladies and gentlemen. I'm playing my Switch again. Can you believe it?
Wow.
And I'm
I
playing
didn't
my
know you had
Switch.
stopped.
Yeah, there hasn't been anything worthwhile playing on this thing in like forever.
Unless you
for
have a
me.
backlog.
I think the last game that I probably played on this was like Metroid Dread, I think. Maybe? Hold on, let me look back.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
probably.
haven't played mine in a while.
Probably Metroid Dread. Yeah, probably Metroid Dread was the last game I played on my Switch. No, I've been playing this game called Variable Barricade, which is also available on PlayStation Vita. And I was given a review key for this, and it is, I believe, let me actually look up the term so that I don't get it wrong. Let me look up this.
This is great radio.
This is great radio. Not a spicy chicken guy, but Garden City Bistro is some of the most bomb-ass chicken sandwich with gorgonzola cheese and balsamic in Long Island, New York.
Okay. So Variable Barricade is what is called an otome game, which
I don't know what that is.
I'm going to explain it to you, so don't you worry. Don't you worry, little baby birds. I'm here to feed you. So the idea is you play as this woman, right? You play as this woman, Hibari Tojo. And the whole premise of the game is that she's a high school student and she is simultaneously proposed to by 4 guys that she does not know. She's like the upcoming heir of a very powerful family, and it seems like her grandfather has set this up. And she's now being forced to live in this vacation home with these 4 guys, with the understanding that one of them will end up being her husband.
This sounds like some Three's
kind of
Company.
Show.
Yeah. Or like The Bachelor.
Something like that. It's kind of like The Bachelor. Yeah.
So it's a visual novel?
Yes, it's a visual novel. I'll pull up some... actually, Chris, you said you couldn't pull up footage?
No, I only have 2 monitors right now.
Okay, so this is kind of like... This is kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like a really good visual novel game. With anime.
The art's really, really great. You're trying to find out who, if anyone, is going to be your husbando. And the cool thing is that this character is like totally against the whole thing. And so she's basically trying to sabotage all of these guys from the jump.
Is it you get to choose? Like, is this a dating sim where you get to choose the guy? Or are you just watching it play out? The main
character... No. You're making choices.
Okay.
It's a dating sim where the main character, doesn't want to be in a dating sim, basically.
Interesting.
So it's really fun, and legitimately, this game is very funny. I've laughed a lot actually while playing this game because the hijinks are just ridiculous. But it's fun. Like I've played a bunch of dating sims or faux dating sims. I've played a couple of those. Doki Doki. One that we all love on this show.
Never heard of
Literature Club.
Never talked about it.
Still never played it.
Yep, it's really, really good. But this one is very interesting because from the jump, all of these guys are incredibly good looking in their own way. They all have like very distinctive personalities, as you would want in one of these games where you can like be like, oh, okay, maybe I would date this person or this person. But very shortly into the game, they kind of introduce a huge wrinkle for each of these characters, like a massive character flaw. And the idea is the main character is working her way beyond that, like examining that, trying to investigate what's going on with each of these guys. Why are they behaving these ways? All of this sort of stuff. And it's her and her butler, who is her steadfast ally through this. And then being stuck in this house where people are always trying to date you, always trying to impress you, always being on all the time.
I thought you said that I thought you were going to say that her butler is also her stepdad. That's
no,
very strange.
No. But yeah, so her butler has been like with her since she was 9 or something like that. But it's really interesting. She goes to this very kind of uptight all girls school and really has very limited social experience and stuff. And so it's complicated because she's not super open with her feelings. She's very like reflexive in like a kind of knee jerk get away from me sort of way to all of these guys. So it's very interesting. They're trying to do all these sorts of things to kind of win her and by extension you, the player, over. And you, as you're going through, there's like you play it kind of like a board game, and then you have like your phone, and you'll get texts that you can choose your responses back to, almost like Catherine, but not quite the depth of the responses. You can kind of like multiple choice the responses, and then you've got this little spy robot that can go around, so you can watch like candid videos of the guys when you're not around, and then you will navigate your way through these different boards that are focused on each of the guys. And then by the end, they will kind of take your decisions, whether you make more rational, reasonable decisions or whether you make more romantic decisions. And then something will happen at the end, and then it will tally them up and kind of determine what the main character does. Whether somebody tries to kiss her, does she go for it? Does she not go for it? Like something like that. And then I am on the final board of the game. So I've gone, I think, like 90% of the way through the main story, and I've done I've done 3 of the main guys' stories, and I'm on like the last one. So I'll definitely be done before the next episode, but I've played tons of it this week. Actually, let me look up how long I've played.
I'm getting the vibe from this game that I get like the same vibe I got the first time somebody described like what it's like to play Animal Crossing to me, where they were like, yeah, you like have a house that you have to take care of and you have to garden, and I'm like, yeah, I do that now, and I do it like not because I want to,
and
but
I hate
because
it.
I have to. And I'm not that I'm sure it's fun, and as you get to know the characters, it's better. It's just funny listening to somebody talk about it, or like talk about any visual novel that is like this, or dating sim that can get like this.
Another thing, and I'm not sure how to convey this by just talking about it without actually playing any of it for you.
Sure,
but the writing is like feels very like it's good. The writing is good. The voice acting is really good. The music is also very good. Like I get the music, like I'm just playing like the songs in my head like all the time, even when I'm not playing the game. Like it's very catchy. And I don't know, like it's very like with any game, like, you know, even like when you're starting the first Uncharted game, right? Like you don't know Nathan Drake from anybody. But by the end of the game, you've spent enough time with him that you're like, I kind of have a feel for this guy and like what he's like and what sorts of stuff he's going to say and do. And then when you bring that into the sequel, it's like, man, like I'm excited to spend more time with Drake and Elena. And that's kind of how I've been with this one. I'm kind of like, I'm really getting a sense for Hibari, and I like her. Like she's a cool character. And the guys, while initially I'm like, my God, could you, like, at least 2 of them are like, you guys need to shut the hell up. Like, I cannot listen to you guys. And now I'm kind of like, there's one of them that's still kind of that way, but like all 3 of the other ones that I was initially like very, and actually, ironically, the one that I'm still kind of like, get away from me is the one whose story I haven't done yet. Like they add like a good amount of depth to these characters, and by the end of it, I'm like, okay, you might not be for me, but I get why you are the way that you are, and like we're cool. You know, it's not, you know, so it's I don't know. The game is about the main character potentially warming up to these guys, and I, as the player, am also doing that. So I don't know. It feels like it's very successful to me at doing what it's setting out to do. And I'm having a blast with it. So,
well, good.
Happy for you.
I'm glad.
I'm not a visual novel person.
You know, gonna let you know when I'm actually done with it next week what my final thoughts are. But right now,
who will get the final rose?
I have an idea.
Will you accept the final rose?
Oh, there you go. I've got an idea. of who I'm gonna have Hibari end up with. But there is like a couple of things that are happening where like there's somebody that she's like meeting with in secret, whose identity I think is like
Deep
one of the other
throat.
people.
Batman.
So I think that there's something sneaky going on here that I'm excited to figure out. But
Can you date Deep Throat? Can you reject all of the men?
Ew.
Oh my god. You know what I mean.
Yes.
You know what I mean. But yeah, I'm having a great time with it, and it's very cool to do that because the two games that I've been playing are Guilty Gear and Elden Ring, which are both very intense. And this is just I'm just gonna lay
this
down on
is
the couch
very
and
different.
chill. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very nice. I really like, man, you guys out there. I love video games so much. It's so no. Il Girl Chill in the chat says it's her brother. Oops, wrong game. Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, it better not be. I think she's an only child, so that'd be quite impossible. But I have a sneaking suspicion that it might be either one of the guys or the butler, but I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. It might, if it is just a stranger, I'm gonna be surprised. But I also like this stranger too, so I don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Guys, I gotta talk about something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little kids suck at video games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
they're real bad.
Listen, I'm 31. I'm pretty bad.
Little kids aren't good at. They're not good at many things.
They're not good at most things, but video games, man. Whew. We were at my parents' last night for Easter. I brought the Switch like an idiot, and there's 6 of them, and of course they want to play Super Mario Odyssey, a single-player game. That went over about as well as you can imagine. But every single one of them, some of them were better than others. I will say that. But like, then you get the one that's never like, I want to play it. Never played a video game in their life, and they've got both joysticks, and they're doing this where they're moving both of them at the same time, so the camera's going all over the place, and then the characters running all over. It was a long night.
They don't have those fine motor skills.
No.
They have motor skills, and they just got to go pedal to the metal all the time.
Yeah. But
They don't know how to feather the gas. It's just boom.
it's just on. If you're a parent,
On or off.
if you're a parent of a small child, just give them. I will say, the assist mode in Super Mario Odyssey, I was actually pretty impressed with it. Like, they give you a little arrow, like little blue arrows to like direct you throughout the world. They're very generous with like health and everything. If you have like stuff to do around the house and you have a little kid, just like give them that for 2 hours and then do what you gotta do. But if you're trying to do what I was doing, I don't recommend it. It was really, it was not a good time.
That actually brings me to a question that you might be able to answer, Chris. So I've been thinking about this. I've got up on the shelf behind that little pin collection from Mario's 35th. I've got my Super Nintendo Classic. And I've been thinking, Riley's 2.5, getting close to 3. It might be about time to play like some Mario Kart or some Mario Brothers or something of that sort. I'm thinking about whipping it out, but I need wireless controllers, man. Are there any wireless controllers that work with this thing?
Oh, with the Mini?
With the SNES Classic, yeah.
There are. I don't think 8BitDo makes them.
Okay.
Does
Nintendo make them?
No.
Yes, Josh, I saw that.
What?
I wrote down. I'm thinking about whipping it out.
But
That one was free.
They have
yeah, that was free.
Most of them have a wireless dongle that you plug into the console.
So you can just buy that,
and then you buy the controller with the dongle, and then she's here for smooches. Hold on.
Hello, Chris Shriver, smooch time. Get the smooch cam.
It's a voyage. Did you see I put the blinds up?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Are those the old ones?
No, they're new ones.
It's like, oh yeah,
Give me a
they look like blind.
I love you.
Doug, can we come?
Smooch, I love you.
Hey, oh,
Keaton.
Come on, Keaton.
But yeah, they do make wireless controllers for that. I would say they go for like
I think-
20, 25 bucks.
Yeah.
But why don't you just give her the Switch? Or wait, do you have Switch Online or no?
I do have Switch Online, but I need my Switch, bro. I got to be romancing these dudes.
Yeah, but just give her. Oh, you want to do it? No, you need to sit there with her. Otherwise, she's gonna.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure. But I don't. Come on.
No, but like you need to like sit there with her and like be in
Yes.
pain. Like I need to know that you're in physical agony watching her not know what the difference between an A and a B button is.
No, it's fine. Nobody cares, dude. We're just gonna fart around with it. It's fine. But I'm just thinking, like, I'm literally not even using this console, and I want to be using it. And I feel like, I didn't get started on games that much, that much older than she is now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm laughing at Harry in the chat. I got to be romancing these dudes. Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
I would do Super Mario All
Write
Stars.
that one down, Josh.
Or
Is this mine?
that was mine.
This okay.
The other one is if you wanted to. You're gonna have that one.
Well, the other one's not in a microwave safe bowl.
Okay, you can use that one. You can eat that. Any hoozle.
I think you just plug it in. I was probably 4-ish when I started playing games.
Yeah, I was 3 or 4 when they threw Mario World at me, and I figured it out eventually. But
Damn,
I was
dude.
also,
Did you get that donut secret house when you were?
dude, I
3 or
beat
4?
Bowser when I was 4 years old. Like I played the
Wild.
whole game, but
Truly wild.
I was the youngest of 4. And my parents just stopped caring. They were just like, if he's happy, just
They'll do it.
let him go. And now I've
do
become
it.
the fine specimen that sits before you.
I mean, you are
athletic
you are a very
prowess of a
responsible.
man.
I mean, athletic prowess aside, you're a very responsible, resourceful man.
I have a
Yeah.
401k.
and a good looking man.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that. Look at
Handsome
that.
man.
Look at that fucking quaff.
A date. A dating
this is a good one.
sim-worthy
I'm a
man.
dating sim worthy man.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
This is a good one. You're the tech guy that you'd just be like frustrated
heist.
and annoyed, and you'd come through and you'd just be like, don't talk to me. I was up all night on this thing, and people would be like, oh, you really need to sleep more. You got to take care of yourself. And you're just like, I don't have time for that, and you're just very abrasive. And then later it comes out that you're just this big, warm, fluffy marshmallow. And
You're
everybody
literally
falls in love with you.
describing the last like 3 years of my life.
I was gonna say Chris is the guy in the heist movie who's like sitting at the computer and starts holding his microphone, saying, "No, that's not part of the plan. Do not do that." And then like the people just start doing shit.
Yeah.
Stick to the plan.
I
And
didn't
then
write
you
up this
drive-
change ticket for nothing.
Yeah.
Follow
And
by
then
the
you
book.
drive, and then you drive away. You drive away and leave them.
You
to
leave
get
them,
caught.
leave them holding the bag.
Who was that? Seth Green in the Italian Job? Isn't that who that was?
Sure.
Wasn't
that
he,
seems-
Was that him?
Yes.
I think so. It was him or the guy who liked the shoes. At the end, he was like, when I get my gold, all I want is a big house with a big closet full of shoes. And then,
nothing else in the house.
spoiler alert, he got it.
I mean, I'm going to tell you the best character in that whole thing is Edward Norton. But that he's the best
Yeah,
thing.
even
in
though he's a
basically
loser
every movie he's in.
and doesn't get anything in the end.
Ooh, platformers dating sim game win. Here's the question: who would Josh and I be? We've already established Chris is the high-strung, softy inside, but he comes off a little bit abrasive just because he's being worn too thin and he needs to learn to take care of himself and that sort of a thing. Who would Josh and I be?
Josh would be the quiet.
He's the bookish type.
He's like the
I'm
quiet
only-
one.
I'm only quiet for people that don't know me. I'm loud as fuck.
Well,
if
that's
you
what I
do know
mean.
me.
Like it'd be the one where in the beginning you go up. It's like you go up to Josh. He doesn't have much to say, and it's just like an ellipsis, and he's just like, "Hey, you ever watch The Crow?" And then
The Crow is awesome. by the way.
and then like
Crow
if you're
slaps.
like, "Oh, The Crow sucks. I really like Star Trek." He's like, "Get out of my face, you butthole."
Yeah, I'd be like, all right, I guess we don't have anything in common.
I guess we just will never meant to be. And then he leaves the game. You would be just like the fun. I mean, you're Mr. Peanut Butter. You'd be Mr. Peanut Butter.
So. I guess so.
Fun,
You'd be the guy
charismatic
who-
type.
Brian's the guy who like throws tan bark at your window at 1 a.m. and he's like, "Hey, you want to go like smash some bottles I found?" You're either in for that or you're not, you know?
Or I'd be the
Down at the train tracks.
or I'd be like, hey babe, my band's playing a show down at the YMCA. You want to come see?
Yeah. And there's like 3 people there.
Yeah.
You have to you either are supportive or you're like his enemy. You become his mortal
Oh my god.
Or you
Then it turns
become
into a very different game. It takes like a dark twist.
you turn into
then I
Matthew
become-
Patel.
And then I turn into Monica.
Oh.
And then it's just me murdering, Josh and Chris and all the other potential people until it's
Big-
just me and the player.
This game
It's
writes
a
itself.
hard 180. Yeah.
Yeah.